So what's going on, everybody? Peace and blessings, Gerald, our son. Man, I just want to chat with y'all real quick, share a thought, and it's that mainly I was listening to the brother I've been listening to all the time, brother Ben X, and brother says a lot of stuff that I really like. He says a lot of inspiring things, and I found for myself that I have to typically always, like when I get up in the morning, I have to find somebody to listen to, you know. I have to find like someone to feed my thoughts, and feed my mind, and feed my spirit a little bit because, man, it's just life, you know. Life is trying, man. Life is going to test you. Life is going to battle with you. Life is just going to deal with you. Life is, you know, life is serious, though. So, I think being that, I think I sit right here and talk to you. Being that, you know, we're all trying to do the best we can with this run at life, you know. We have to always stay open to learn, build, grow, check ourselves, be humble, and just keep repeating that cycle and that process because I've learned that as soon as you start thinking and talking like you got it all, you done figured it out, and like basically like nobody can tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you just don't need no one to say. I mean, I don't care if it's at work. You feel like you got all the skills wrapped down, or you you had a particular. I mean, you know, you're in the field of education. You even just being a man or a woman. You know, you know how young people is. You know, they say I had took up this certification one time where they say that you know adolescence, a sign of adolescence is an individual will think they know more than people older than them. So I mean, in many things that when you find yourself just feeling like you know all it is to know in a sense about it, and can't too many people tell you things. Then at that point in time, you start actually getting dumber in that area because you've learned all you can learn. Or, well, you shut yourself off from learning anything more than what you've learned, and anything that anybody gives you in addition to what you've already learned. You reject it because in your thinking you've already received and learned all that you can learn in that particular area or in that particular category or on that particular topic or whatever it is. And my thing, what I've learned myself is that, you know, when it just comes to this whole living thing, you really trying to just be happy. And being happy is to acquire a peace of mind. That's an internal thing. It's not like, and when I say internal, it's not something that can be given to you. It's not based on outside thing. It can't be based on material thing. It can't be based on a job or a person or a kind of house you're in or a kind of cars you got. It can't be based on that kind of stuff because all that is a temporary thing. You want to keep finding something to make you feel better, you know. But I'm saying like this internal level of peace, this internal level of happiness, this thing where you just really wake up feeling a certain way about life and about living. I mean, when you just wake up and feel grateful to be like alive, you know, when you can just look at the fact that you got legs and arms sometime or whatever it is that, you know, all the things that you possess versus what you don't possess and what, you know, how things could actually be worse, you know, if you didn't have certain things or if you was in certain positions, you know, when you can just do that, man, I think it's a great thing. But, you know, just speaking on that whole gratitude and peace a little bit, I remember I was in this situation and I used to always speak to brothers, hey, what's up, man, you all right? Brothers be like, I ain't all right. You know, and mainly it would be real with you in an incarcerated situation. So I'd be like, "What's up, man? You all right?" Brothers be like, "Nah, that ain't all right. I'm locked up." You know. So I'll be like, man, you alright. You just don't realize how alright you are. I say because you can get a headache, and your situation just done got that worse. Just a little bit worse because you still locked up, and now you got a headache. You can get a cold, you can get the flu, you can lose a finger or something. And so I was just basically trying to get them to understand that even though your situation can be better, it can easily be much worse too. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to be happy with where you at, and not be so focused on what you don't have and what you ain't at. And um, man, so I didn't have no one particular thing on my mind. I just really wanted to share just some thoughts with you, and I guess just mainly, man, like I just feel like when you feed yourself, when you really just trying to get this thing about living right, you really have to not just be conscious of what you feed yourself physically, not just working out, um, not just the kind of people you're around. But I mean, also you really have to eat the right things in the morning mentally. You have to eat the right things. Sometimes your body, your spirit calls for certain things. It can be midday in the evening time, and just sometimes, man, when you just don't have those positive people around you just talking to you and helping you see some things and helping you feel a certain way, helping you feel positive, helping you feel inspired. When you don't have that kind of company around you, then sometimes you do have to go to certain people that you listen to. Certain people that's online, certain people on YouTube, certain people on the IG. Sometimes those have to be your community of people too that you go and get that positive reinforcement from, because you have to have it. Because if you just constantly walk out in an environment that is counterproductive, that is feeding nothing but death and destruction, then you can't help but by nature reproduce that very same thing in good timing, and it's like inevitable to happen. It's very inevitable to happen that when you instead of find yourself around certain people or doing certain things, I mean, we are creatures of habit, and so what'll happen is that what you once didn't agree with people, you'll find yourself being all right with it, being more tolerable with them. So you'll be out here just steady hanging with different people and listening to certain things, listening to certain conversation. Next thing you know, you're interacting, you interjecting, and I mean, and you becoming a mirror or a reflection of the very same thing. So I mean, we have to be mindful of that. And when we can't get out of certain situations or environment physically at that moment, then you have to make sure, one, that your home it has the type of inner environment that you want your mind to have. You know what I'm saying? It's like your home is a reflection of your mental, right? So you want you really want the two to reinforce each other. If your home is a wreck, your mind is going to be a wreck. And if your home is a wreck, then your mind is already a wreck. But the thing is that if your home has this energy and this peace and life resonating in it, when you come home from a hard day work, fighting and struggling with the world and all that, when you come home, you just feel so at peace and relaxed and so rejuvenated, and you're ready to get back out and do it again. I mean, so what end up happening is that your home also reinforces your mental, and it's like a reciprocation process start taking place. You feed the home feeds you, right? And so even when you can't get like out, when your world outside of your home hasn't become like that what you desire it to be, like your inner home. I mean, that's where you get your energy from. And like sometime in the midday, when your spirit or your soul start calling for, just like how we be riding, we get an urge to stop at what that is, Chick-fil-A. That Chick-fil-A, yeah. So we get an urge to stop at Chick-fil-A. We get an urge to stop at McDonald's or Popeyes, French's, whatever, right? You know how we get hungry. We all of a sudden sometimes we want fried food, fried chicken. Really, and we have those addictions. It's hard to break those addictions. that we acquire over the years from just eating. Um, it's hard to break those addictions that we acquire over the years from eating a certain way and drinking a certain way and living a certain way, and certain environments and certain ways of living, it triggers certain things. So in a way, when we get out and how we get to having those certain kind of cravings to eat certain different things, and how I say, well, I want the pizza, I don't necessarily want chicken. That ain't what I'm craving right now. Well, likewise, sometimes we don't even need to listen to no music. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta really listen to your spirit a little bit more and say, okay, my spirit don't feel like it wants some music right now. I don't feel like turning up. I'm not on the trap music right now. Or I'm not on the what's that other music? I'm not on the R&B music right now. Or I'm not on the whatever it is, that you genres of music you listen to. Sometimes when you say, okay, I'm not feeling that right now, I need a conversation, man. I really need a healthy conversation from somebody. And sometimes when you don't know nobody, you can call up and get that real positive, like without a doubt, healthy conversation from. Sometimes you have to pull up some of these social media people that be talking on the positive, who try to keep it real and keep it positive. Because one thing for sure, everybody living and everybody dealing with life, and everybody ain't positive all the time. But for the individual who advocates for positivity and talking the way like what I'm talking right now, you can bet most of the time that's what they're about, and that's what they really try to represent and reflect. Um, Life will break your ass down sometimes, make us and catch in your weak moments, and before you became all positive, sometimes a hint of that come out and respond to life. And next thing you know, you got to catch yourself. You knew you got to catch your old you and pull your old you back into, push the old you back. You know how when you're breaking a fight up and you trying to grab your people, pulling them back, man, chill, man, chill. Sometimes how you got to do your second self and your third self or whatever that is. And but you have to feed yourself right, man. I'm gonna share this last thing with you because I got some people coming, and I don't need to be just sit on the side while talking. So, um, I was okay. I was incarcerated, so people who kind of like know me know my story. I was incarcerated. I done a good stint of time this last time. I said this last time, so it was more than one time. But on this last time, and who was that? Hey, I kind of say the name, it's stuff small. But anyway, hey everybody, I'm glad. Appreciate you for tuning in. But okay, so this is what I'm finna say. So I done a little time, right? And being that when I was dying there, before I went, I really was trying to stay out. But I was trying to stay out. I didn't want to go back, but I hadn't done all I could do to not go back. I still was indulging and doing certain shit I shouldn't have been doing. So when the shit hit the fan, bam, I'm facing with the law looking for me, and I ended up getting locked up. So I was really like messed up mentally. And so, I mean, it's more to this story. And one day I plan to really, 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 really go deep into it. But in a way, I got locked up. And so one thing doing that journey was that I knew that I didn't want to come back once I did get out again. So I had made my mind up to make sure that I do my time in a way to where I'm different. And for whatever reason, I was given the reality that I needed to respond to life different. I mean, like in those particular words came to my mind and my heart. I need to respond to life differently. And I didn't know, it's not like I was talking on that level back then. I used to get high and be in these streets, I barely knew how to. I have a 9th grade education, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, everything I've acquired now really just happened over a course of time of study and so forth. But anyway, what I realized that I knew I didn't want to come back. Let me hear you out. And so in me realizing I didn't want to come back, I knew that I had to prepare myself not to come back. I knew I had to change. I remember when I had first seen parole when I was down there. It was like after four and some years, some guys was like, say, man, good luck, hope you get out. And I told the dude, bro, I'm not even ready. It was like, why? I say, because I haven't changed. I say, right now, I don't know no other way to respond to life. And let me tell you something, that is a powerful statement. When you realize that you understand that the way you deal and respond to circumstances, when you realize that needs to change, that's a big step. You understand? For a dude, especially for a dude like really, really in the streets. You know what I'm talking about? So I knew that I hadn't reached the point to where I was going to respond to challenges, to being called out, to being cussed out, to being threatened. I knew I wouldn't respond to that no different than I had been responding to it. So, because I'm somebody literally, I didn't know no other way, which like calling laws and stuff like that wasn't even like an option in my psychology back then. Today I call law on your ass. I'm gonna make them laws do their job. I ain't, I'm gonna do my best to do all I can do this time to stay, from being the reason why I go back. So, anyway, my point with telling you this is that I've done all that time preparing myself to respond to life differently. So I spent my time not playing games, not having fun, not doing what I was doing out here before I went. I spent my time really reconditioning the way I saw life, the way I dealt with problems, the way I dealt with anger and frustration, the way I dealt with disappointment, all of that, right? It's a few areas that I hadn't focused on and that I now see definitely would have helped me. I would have benefited greatly and had I knew that I needed to focus on that as well. But I just knew I needed to focus on the reasons that I was in there, those things. So anyway, my whole point is this here. People who haven't even been incarcerated before, they go through life, man. They start at a point and they're going to end at a point, right? And so when we say we got old fools, it's not necessarily your age that make you wise no more. It's not necessarily your age that make you, even, what you call it, ignorant or unintelligent or, I don't know to say the lack of wisdom or whatever, or the opposite of wisdom. But, it has nothing to do with really age. It has nothing to do with landscape where you are, your location. It has nothing really to do with I wouldn't even say wouldn't have nothing to even really do with what's all there for you to even study, because I believe that life itself is a studying book. You don't even need papers and stuff like that. Life itself, just the world itself, is a studying book. And so the way that you spend your time is going to determine who you are and how you are when you get to certain, places and periods of it. And so it's guys, I don't know if they're trying to make, I hope I'm coming clear, because it's guys that's in there who have been in and out, who are way older than me, but we don't see life the same. We don't respond to life the same. We don't think the same. Another way of saying it, some people might say, well, why they don't think like you, or why they mature like you, or why they didn't, why they still on the same street stuff that they on. And the point, some guys get out and still on street stuff because they spent their time the same way. When they went in there, didn't anything change about how they spent their time, other than the fact that it was restricted. They couldn't do it as much or do it as freely. But they done the exact same thing in there that they was doing out here. And that's why you have the same exact person. And so when we're talking about change and being better, man, we have to do things different. We have to think different. We have to intentionally redevelop ourselves in some areas. We have to change what we talk to. We have to change what interests us and so on and so forth. And I guarantee the more we study, the more information that we attain, the more understanding of that information that we attain. And I'm saying there's not no cap to it. It's a ongoing, infinite thing. We just steady develop, steady evolve, steady grow, steady expand. all of that. And so the more we do that, the less certain things that attracted us, certain things that excited us, certain things that uh, burdened us, those things going to change as well. All of it is like a test in a sense as well. So the reason why we keep going through certain things because we're not taking accountability and saying, what do I need to do? What is it about me that I need to do a change so that this won't affect me the way it do, or so that this won't happen no more to me? You know what I'm saying? It's like we constantly like put that burden on external things outside of ourselves and say, you know, had this person not done this, I wouldn't have done that. You know, had she not said that, I wouldn't have, you know, done this. Or had he, it's always somebody outside of ourselves is the reason why I do this or hadn't done that. And so until we start doing that, until we reach a point to where we find some kind of way to claim it and take the power back, until we're able to do that, we're going to find ourselves continue to go through certain cycles. I think my people down here waiting, but continue to go through certain cycles and feel the things that we feel. And it's going to seem like life is a circle. And at some point, man, when people start reach a low of ready to commit suicide, it's because of going through that cycle on and on and on. Pain. I mean, it seemed like nothing changed. And it seemed like, man, I done this, and still ain't nothing changed. I done this, I ain't done it. It's because they still not looking at themselves enough. And so they reach the point to where they say, if this is all life about, I don't even want to live this shit no more. I'm saying literally, that's why when people reach that point, it's because they haven't figured it out. They haven't looked at themselves yet. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to me. Peace and blessings, everybody. I see everybody that's on here. And hey, everybody. I didn't push the wave button, but I see you. And y'all have a awesome weekend. Peace and blessings. Trying to stop this thing now. Bear with me. I'm trying to stop it and it won't stop.